Everybody, it's your girl Meisha back with another one, y'all. So I ended up catching the Tasha K's interview with Kevin Hart's assistant, and I watched it all the way through, and only for a few hours later, well, I didn't realize that this interview had been out or the promos for the interview had been out for 5 days. And I'm not sure how long it's been posted to her Tasha Live, because I am a member of Tasha Live, because I be wanting to know, y'all. I'm nosy. Sometimes I'm nosy, but it's a good nosy. I seen the interview. I didn't think anything of it. Didn't even think she had anything to tell us. And she really didn't for the most part. But don't worry, I took notes on what she said during this interview that may have caused Kevin Hart to want to sue Tasha K for extortion. Hit those likes on your way in or hit those likes on your way out, okay? Get to the end because I do have an announcement. Either way, so Tasha K is back in the news again, being sued by Kevin Hart. And unless you're a member of Tasha K Live, you're not going to know what the interview was about because she only posts bits and pieces. Kevin Hart filed a complaint against Meisha Shake and Tasha K, aka Tasha K, both named as defendants in the lawsuit. Says that Shakes worked for Hart Company from August 2027 to October 2020, according to the complaint published on Kibi's Instagram account and YouTube channel Unwind with Tasha K on December 22nd. Oh, okay, so it's been out a while. The interview includes allegations from Shakes that Hart 44 had an affair at his office. She also claimed she told Hart's wife, Aniko, he was cheating on her and that the comedian had a gambling problem. Isn't it interesting that every time Kevin Hart is caught in any type of controversy, he's always claiming extortion? Okay, which is something that Meisha went over. An extortion deal that he claimed had happened between he and a friend, JT, I think that's his name. Apparently, Tasha K had talked about it on her platform, so much so that JT reached out to her and confirmed that Kevin Hart was lying around this time. And if y'all can't remember, back in 2022, JT Jackson was Kevin Hart's friend who was accused of extortion in 2018, which he is claiming was totally made up. And he was found, I think he was fighting charges against that. The article is basically saying former friend who was accused of extortion in 2018 after a SMEG tape, use your imagination, allegedly featuring the comedian surfaced. Now, what was said in the interview, what Meisha alluded to is that Kevin Hart made that up and that had to been him recording and the girl that he was having relations with had to have been recording the acts that they were having between each other. This was filmed, that the SMEG tape had been filmed in August 2017 in Los Angeles. Now, I know I'm jogging y'all memory now. And the lady identified herself as Montia. I think that's pronounced Sabag. And the incident and the fallout talked about this in his Netflix documentary, Kevin Hart, Don't F This Up. In this interview, Meisha said that Kevin Hart was to apologize to JT because JT was a really good friend of Kevin Hart. However, he was losing endorsement deals, big endorsement deals. One in specific she named, which was Nike, and she said that it was worth millions. And so he threw his friend under the bus, allegedly, to get himself out from under the allegations. And she said this was around the time that the Oscars was happening. And back to what Kevin Hart is alleging against Kibi, okay? He is saying that Kibi contacted a representative of Hart, informing them that the interview that would be damaging to Hart's reputation had been recorded. The individual stated that Kibi would publish the interview unless Hart paid a ransom of $250. I'm sorry. I wish he would. $250. It's $250,000. But what's interesting, I'm telling y'all, it seems like a scheme that Todd set up. Okay? I'm not sure if JT and Tasha K are still friends, but there's a good chance that Tasha K may have JT to testify on her behalf to, confirm that Kevin Hart has a habit of throwing people under the bus. Now, we know that Tasha K can be very messy, right? But that's her job. And I just feel like Kevin Hart's job is to protect himself at all costs because allegedly he is still paying Tori that spousal support and child support. So he has to protect that. He has to protect his business interests. What is a man to do if his assistant, who's been with him since 2017 to 2020. What is he to do? Because a lot of people are going to speculate that Meisha is telling the truth, okay? Because what does she have to lose? The reason why she says she came forward to do the interview with Tasha K is because Kevin Hart continued, or his establishment continued to shortchange her on her checks. She said that she was getting paid $30 an hour. However, he had her doing some ridiculous things, like waking up at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to come get him from casinos because he was staying out all times of the night for 3 days straight. Sometimes, she said, gambling. Now, this is Meisha's words, not mine. That her checks would turn out to be $1,000 at the end of the day. Now, who's going to live off of $1,000 check in California? The article continues and says Hart contacted the police and issued a cease and desist order to Kibi, asking that she do not publish the interview. According to the lawsuit, it cited the NDA between Shakes and Hart, and the posting the interview would constitute intentional interference with contractual relations. So Meisha is being sued because of breach of the NDA, but during the interview, she said that the NDA does not stick because she was terminated. The Beyonce's drummer has come out and spoke against her, and I want to say a few other people have spoke out against her. We know the Lizzo situation is going on and people are leaking information. So we really don't know. I don't know, really. I don't know how NDAs work, but maybe somebody in the comments can tell me, is she at breach of the contract between her and Kevin Hart once he terminated her? And I guess it really depends on the language of the form. You know, it just depends on what she agreed to while she was, you know, an assistant to Kevin Hart. During the interview, Tasha K did bring that up. And Meisha said, well, he terminated me. So in retrospect, I took it as she could talk. Had a lot to say, y'all. She even talked about Kevin Hart screwing in the office, her having to clean up behind him and the women he was screwing. Even told us a name and found the woman on one of the women on Instagram, and I'm going to post a picture right here, who she's saying that she saw Kevin Hart with. Now, could be true, could not be true. I don't know. This is the thing that shocked me. Meisha talked about a time where Jane Doe, she used Jane Doe, but she actually said her name, but I'm going to use Jane Doe. But Jane Doe was a white woman that worked for Kevin Hart, right? Doe came to Kevin Hart and told Kevin Hart that she was being sexual assaulted, okay? And she said without even doing any investigation, he took the white woman's word and fired. She said that Bob was the only one bringing in millions, was making for sure that things were being produced to push the company forward. However, Kevin Hart said that he was a liability and fired him, suspended him, and then he fired him. Meisha said that this guy was really, really good to Kevin Hart. He was not what this white woman was trying to paint him out to be. And so she was shocked that Kevin Hart took that route. Gambling rumors. So Meisha addressed the fact that Kevin Hart had a bad gambling habit. And she said that Aniko knew this. Said that he had to borrow $1 million from his manager or someone that's close to him at one point to pay off a debt. Meisha, you really peed me off when you brought up Tori, because what you was trying to do there. Tori Hart is Kevin Hart's first wife. She said that Kevin Hart is paying spousal support and child support to Tori. And she kind of said it in a way to make me feel like she felt like Tori didn't deserve that. I know that Kevin Hart cheated on Tori and got with Aniko. And in my opinion, I wrote in the comments. Y'all might see my comments if y'all are a part of the membership of Tasha K Live. You see my comment. I said, Aniko is wearing the hell that Kevin Hart is putting her through. Feel like the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. Knew that that man had a whole family, and honestly say that I'm surprised about the allegations towards Kevin Hart, that he just haven't learned his lesson. And also said that Kevin Hart confirmed to some of his team members, like Wayne name kept coming up. Y'all know who Wayne is? Aniko just gonna have to deal with it because this is what comes with being rich. Honestly can't believe that he said that, because that's how he moved, in my opinion. The allegations of the wreck. So she was saying that he was driving drunk around the time that all that had came out about him wrecking his car. Y'all remember that time they said that Kevin Hart was intertwined with a woman that was actually in the car when he wrecked it. A guy named Jared was the one who took the fall for this, because again, Kevin Hart was under scrutiny, possibly going to, again, lose sponsor deals. And so Jared took the rap for him, and Kevin Hart paid him $4 million under the table. Said that she knows this because she put her ear up to the wall. Came in one day to collect this money with half of it in cash, hear through the walls what they were talking about. This interview, I will say, Meisha was very, very nervous. Went to where Tasha K said, you have to loosen up, girl, loosen up. And so she said, you don't drink wine? And Meisha was like, I do, but I feel like if I drink wine, Her words. If I drink too much wine, I'm going to spill too much tea. Yeah, that's what you're here for, girl. You know, it's trying to loosen her up. But yeah, that's why you're there. You should know that Tasha K was sued by Cardi B. Recently, Tasha asked Cardi B for forgiveness. Thought I saw her cry. Cardi B was considering it. I'm not quite sure. B had something to say to Tasha K. Before we get there, while I was trying to find her response, I found an article by Sam SYLK. It says Kevin Hart suing Tasha K for extortion. And y'all, it says in the legal documents obtained by The Blast, Kevin Hart claims Tasha K sent a representative from her blog to Kevin's team in November 2023, saying that she had an interview with Kevin's former assistant, Meisha Shake. And if he didn't want the damaging interview to come out, he had to cough up I keep saying that number wrong. $250,000, okay? $250,000. Kevin Hart responded with a cease and desist. Tasha K doubled down by dropping a snippet of the interview that upped the ante, saying the complete interview can be reviewed on her website. At first, it looks like it was saying that, you know, there was an extortion video. But here it is. This is what I'm saying. Kevin Hart is really good at spinning stuff, y'all. Tasha K does that all the time. And I'm not taking up for her. But this is what she do. This is how she promote Tasha K live. That doesn't mean she's extorting you. I want to see the proof. Like y'all say y'all want evidence of Bishop. I want to see the hard evidence. That if somebody is extorting you, you're going to have evidence of that. Not just hearsay or opinions or, rumors. You're going to see where somebody actually tried to extort you. He was responding to Kevin Hart because that's how somebody put it. And I'm glad I read this because they put it, I know I screenshot it somewhere. But either way, good to follow up. This is why you should always do your research, okay? So it says, I don't like what people be doing to Will Smith. I be feeling like Will Smith is very unproblematic. And I feel like she has a nice heart. He has a nice heart. And that's the thing, she added. I found out that Will Smith is a Libra. Libras, we be getting tired. And then when we outburst a fucking heavy, that we become the ones in the wrong. We go so crazy, people like, oh my God. Okay. So that's what she had to say about Will Smith, not Kevin Hart. But it would be interesting to hear her comment on Kevin Hart, right? Forward. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. Do y'all think that Meisha is in the wrong for contacting Tasha K to do this interview in the first place? Or do you think that Kevin Hart is in the right for suing Tasha K? And how do y'all think this is going to play out? Opinion, I feel like his ex-best friend, JT, the one that he tried to throw under the bus in the beginning with the first extortion claim, actually said that he would sit down with Tasha K and do a tell-all. Tell everything that happened as far as him trying to throw that man in jail. Like that's something that Tasha K would do. That's her sources, baby. Did it to one person, you'll do it to another person without a doubt. And then my thing is, you don't know what he's telling to Nico to make it seem like he's not guilty. You know what I'm saying? So I have to sue her to prove a point to my wife. But that's just in my opinion. Follow up about Bishop T.D. Jakes, Sarah Jakes, and Cora Jakes. I also have some more information about that Jakes may have thought that we forgot about. We got to dive into that. To talk about the digital scene that did not make the cut on Love and Marriage Huntsville of Kiki and the Counselor. We have difference of opinions, but as long as we can speak to each other in a respectful way, I am totally fine with that. Another thing, I need to talk about Jackie. I have not followed up with Jackie. My announcement, y'all, I do want to do a $50 giveaway. Very first video, y'all, I said how long I've been doing YouTube. Very first video of me breaking down the situation with TD Jakes, I told y'all how long I've been on YouTube. Along with your opinion about what we talked about today, I will be sure to send you over that $50. We'll talk in the next one. Bye.
Warning.